Everyone, so this is my review for Dolemite Is My Name, the latest Netflix original film, which stars Eddie Murphy, Keegan-Michael Key, Craig Robinson, and Snoop Dogg. Now, this is a film where Eddie Murphy plays a character by the name of Rudy Ray Moore, who is actually a true life person, which I didn't know until I watched this movie. But he was a comedy and rap pioneer. Now, the thing is that makes him so special is not just that he was able to do those two things in his life, but he also attempted to make a movie for blaxploitation phenomenon during the 1970s, and this is essentially the movie that's about the creation of that movie. Dolemite Is My Name, honestly, was a movie that I hadn't really heard about until it dropped on Netflix, and I saw it was Eddie Murphy, and then I looked at the reviews and I saw that it was highly rated, and I was like, okay, let me turn this on and see how it is. So the first thing I'm going to say is this: the acting across the board is good, particularly Eddie Murphy. I think the cast is really good stuff. There's a lot of comedy that works. Like, overall, I did have a lot of good laughs. There's humor that's both like raunchy, but also like film humor. When I say film humor, I mean like stuff where it's like if you're into movies like a lot, the way I am, you'll understand a lot of what they're talking about. And I really liked that. Also, they make a lot of jokes with like film cinema in general, like with movies during this time period of the 1970s that I really liked. Particularly to name drop a couple of films, Shaft, the Shaft movies in particular. So it's just great to see that for me personally. It's my kind of humor. Also, this movie is well shot, I think, for the most part. Like, there's a lot of cool shots. Definitely feels like it's a 1970s movie, except it's not, which I think is pretty cool. The soundtrack is also very upbeat, very fitting of the movie. Production design is top notch, and the final act is, in my opinion, incredible. This is where I'm going to kind of deviate from the positives to the negatives. I think the final act is so great that it's kind of hard to watch. I believe it's the first act. Because I'm not going to lie, like when I started watching Dolemite Is My Name, I was like, this is okay. It's not bad, but it's also not good. It wasn't until that second half, particularly that final act happens, where I was on board. This was like the original The Disaster Artist, essentially. And once it kind of shifts gears and gets into, all that material, I thought it was incredible, honestly. So it's just kind of crazy how you can have a first half, particularly first act, where it's just kind of like okay. So then you have a second half where it's just so vibrant, so filled with energetic character moments and messages that are so delicately placed that are awesome. I loved the messages of this movie. I really did. I think it's great stuff. And I think, like, as a film buff or even as a casual moviegoer, this is good entertainment. I think that if you're able to look past the first half, and I know some people are like, oh, what did you like about the first half? Honestly, I think it's just that a lot of it, because of they had to develop the characters, some of it was a little bit too exposition heavy. The pacing also felt a little too glacial during those scenes, and I really did kind of think that, when you watch a movie and then you have that snap, like the director just seems to know like every single shot, he knows what he's doing. I just kind of felt like in the beginning there wasn't that like, snap of a finger, like awesome editing. And I think, again, that is compared to the contrast of the second half, where you had that snap full of a director knowing what he's doing and just having every single shot be incredible. And I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't like the first half as much. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Again, I just want to say this, that it's just when you compare it to the second half, it's like, gotcha, I understand what you mean, Chad. But for me personally, Dolemite Is My Name. I'm just going to get straight to the point. I think Dolemite Is My Name. I think it's a good comedy. It's very insightful. Gave me insight to a character in Rudy Ray Moore who I didn't know about until watching this movie. And I really liked it. Made me want to look up some things about him, see, fact check wise. And it's a very well shot movie. Has a great final act. Humor works. And yeah, I like Dolemite Is My Name. And that's why I personally would be giving a 4 out of 5 star rating, which, if it was like a hot sauce rating, it's a good old Louisiana pure crystal hot sauce. So I know the review's short and to the point, but I kind of figure that you as a viewer, you should probably go into it knowing as little as possible in order to garner the most enjoyment out of this movie, to me personally. Anyways, guys, that's my thoughts personally on Dolemite Is My Name. What did you think of it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And what's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie? Comment section below. And as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.